If you guys are looking for a cheap and reliable place to get your FIFA Ultimate Team coins, check the link in the description and use the code Itani to get 5% off. What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about FIFA 19 and the changes we want from FIFA 18. Some of the things that really annoy me, and hopefully it annoys you too and you agree with me, but let me know in the comments what really annoys you from FIFA 18 this year and you really want change from FIFA 19. Basically, there is a lot of things after playing 1,000 plus hours this year on FIFA 18. There is a lot of small cracks that you start seeing, and even when you play the game it's when you play the game so much, you see how the game is so flawed, and there is a lot of bugs that have yet to be fixed. I don't know what EA does every year, but some of the user interface can easily be a lot better, a lot more friendly, I guess. You could do certain tasks a lot more faster. That's the sort of stuff I really want to see in the next FIFA, because currently, even though they did make it easier from a couple of years ago, you could even search for specific chemistry style, you couldn't search for specific position changes, but we need more. It's 2018, boys, so we need more. Should be a lot more user friendly. I don't know why they kind of make it hard. It's not that hard to program things like this. Anyway guys, so I'm going to be talking about the top 10 things I want to see changed from FIFA 18 to 19. It's not going to be about, you know, new gameplay mechanics. I'm not asking for crazy stuff. I just want to basically try and describe what I want fixed, changed from FIFA 18 to 19. So I'm not going to go about, oh, showing, please give us this sort of mode and stuff like that. So first up, make sure you check out G2A. Links will be in the description if you look to buy PSN cards, Microsoft points, or cheap PC games. Probably the best time to get ready for FIFA 19 is right now. So guys, let us talk about one of the first things I want change in FIFA 19. So one of my biggest annoyances in FIFA 18 is, I think it was in FIFA 17 as well, but EA have to figure out a way to stop annoying us like this. So let's say I want to search for Milinkovic-Savic, right? Sorry if you hear any trains or anything like that. I have the window open, it's so hot in here. So let's say I want to search. I don't have any in my club, so we go to concepts to try and make our life easier. But look how many of the same card there is, right? There's always two. There's always two, but for some reason, I always seem to select the one that's a... Oh, I select the right one here, but I always seem to select the red one, the Weekend League one. And that is so annoying, because then you have to go back, replace the player in concepts, and then you could search for him again. So that time I guessed properly, but 90% of the time I always guess the wrong one. So that is one of the biggest, most annoying things in FIFA 18. Please fix a way, we'll find a way to fix this. Just maybe don't put the red cards in concepts. I think that is the best way to do it. What's the point of them? What's the point of having two cards? Like, if the player is already an inform in concepts, don't put him in there. EA just have to find a way to fix this, because it saves so much time not picking the wrong player every single time. So that is one of the biggest things I really hate. The next thing I really hate, boys, is quite obvious. As soon as you start the game, you get hit with a message asking you to do a squad update every single time, unless you wait. I don't know how long you have to wait. I've never waited because I don't have patience, because I think it's even quicker to just see the message and cancel it. But every time you start off Ultimate Team, you get hit with this message. Why? Why has this not been fixed from the beginning of the year? This never was a problem in the previous Ultimate Teams. Why did this problem come about this year? Like, why? And it's probably just the same squad update getting overridden every single time. I don't understand it. And I even tweeted out at the beginning of the year, guys, how much do you want to bet that EA will never fix this problem? It's nearly the next FIFA. Well, the next FIFA is on the horizon, and again, some certain bugs EA just ignore. Like, yeah, last year they couldn't fix the penalty glitch where the arrow sometimes comes for you and doesn't even come for the opponent, or vice versa. But instead of them fixing the problem, they removed the whole thing. So you could only get the arrow in I think single matches, and I can't remember where else, in seasons as well. But even in those modes, the arrow sometimes shows up and sometimes doesn't. People will say, oh, click up on the D-pad. Obviously, everyone knew that, but even when you did, it doesn't show up. So that's the sort of thing I feel like EA sometimes just doesn't know how to fix the problem, unless it's a new game, and they have to change a lot of things. So I really feel like EA really needs to go back and change the whole code. So maybe it could be one of those things where they might need to change the whole engine, because maybe Frostbite isn't the best for FIFA. I know EA wants to use Frostbite for all their games, but maybe it's not the right engine for a FIFA game, because there's just too many bugs, and that is one of the biggest annoyances in this game, is having a squad update every single time you log into FIFA. So another one is, boys, is gameplay. There is so much things in gameplay that really grinds my gears, and that is when you shoot and you have a defender right in front of the striker and it goes through their legs and it's a goal. It's like I can't do, like, I've done everything in my power to stop that shot from going in. I put a defender right in front of the striker, but hey, it can still go through their legs because EA decided that it is going to go through their legs, and it's a goal. These are the sort of things that EA need to take out of their game. They need to lessen the RNG aspect of their game and make it more fair for both people. So, take for instance, I'm playing in the final, I'm in, you know, one of the biggest esports events in FIFA, I'm in the final, and that RNG comes my way. How is that fair? It's not fair. It's like, just, I can guarantee you guys, I can guarantee you this. I play 10 matches against a pro player. I'll probably lose 9 of them, but I can guarantee you I would win at least once, because RNG will come my way. Now, if I play against a pro player in any other game, like, let's talk about Counter-Strike. If I play a pro player 20 rounds in Counter-Strike, I'll best of 20, I'll probably lose every single time. There's no way I'll probably win, because there is no RNG in that game. It's all about skill. The skill gap is huge in other games, but in this one, there's so much RNG, and that's what I really hate about this FIFA. Especially this year, there's too much. And the skill gap against brand new players with the AI defending is just atrocious. So, you know, take out RNG. So the referees, when you shoot or pass and it hits the referee, that has to be taken out as well. What else is there? Like the rebounds. The rebounds, there's nothing I think EA can do. That's always going to be in the game. It just happens to be every time there's a rebound, it bounces to the other player and he can have an open goal. But that one, like, you know, we're going to have to take it easy on EA. It's hard to fix something like that. But an animation where you can shoot and it goes through a player's legs, I feel like they should stop players being nutmegged in this game. I know it happens in real life, but come on. You want this game to be fair. You don't want it to be, oh, I could nutmeg this player, luck is on my side this match. And just imagine this is the final and there's money on the line, and this is how you lose. It's dumb. So they have to remove a lot of RNG aspects from this game. Also, when it comes to the packs, the pack weight is absolutely horrible. Now, they have to find a balance. They really have to find a balance, guys. One of the things they have to figure out is, obviously I don't want it to be as easy as the World Cup mode, because you saw how bored people got in that mode so quickly, because they're easily able to pack all these players. I don't want it to be that easy, but I also don't want it to be this hard. I don't want it to be where you could pay for 12,000 FIFA points and get nothing for your money. Literally nothing. It's dumb. You need to at least be guaranteed a 90 rated player, or at least an 84 plus rated player. EA needs to at least guarantee that. You could actually, literally, this happens often as well. You could put in 12,000 FIFA points and get literally nothing. Not even a board sometimes, which is ridiculous for how much money 12,000 FIFA points is. So, another change that needs to be made. Now, I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna go through 10 changes, but obviously there is a lot more, but I could be here all day after playing 1,000 hours. 1,000 plus hours. again, that is another annoyance, guys. Pack weight needs to... EA needs to find the sweet spot. And every year I find it like it gets harder and harder. Pack odds are getting lower because there's more players in the game, and EA need to figure out what they want to do with when it comes to pack weight. Like I said, find the balance between the World Cup mode and the normal Ultimate Team. Put it in the middle of both those modes, and I think that's the sweet spot. You don't want it to be too easy, but you don't want it to be ridiculously hard like this year. I mean, I've packed a couple of players, but I feel like the odds, if you see the odds, you'll probably never open packs ever again in your life. So if EA show pack odds, that'll be a crazy change, and they might actually even lose a lot of money if they show the odds, because then people are more aware how often they're gonna get certain players. Like, I feel like Ronaldo, to pack a non-informed Ronaldo, guys, is probably less than 0.5%. That's what I feel like. Most likely even. Maybe it could be 0.1%. That's what I'm thinking. 0.1%, or even if that. That's how hard it is to pack certain players. But for Ronaldo, maybe make it 0.5. Maybe 1% is a bit too high, I think, because you don't want people roaming around with Ronaldos the whole year. So maybe 0.1% is fine, just because you want the highest rated player to be the hardest to pack. But like an 85 rated player, make it 5%, 10% at least. Don't make it some dumb, you know, just don't make the odds so dumb. So that's all I have about the pack odds. Pack odds, just so weird. But please, if they are going to show them, don't make them dumb odds. Another annoyance that I have no idea why it hasn't been fixed. I can't show you it right now just because I have no players that are injured. But why is it when a player is injured, I get kicked out of Ultimate Team for applying an injury card? Like, simple things like that is just weird how EA have just ignored them and not fixed it. Like, why is it so hard to fix? If a player is injured, you apply a consumable and you get kicked out. It's just so weird that things like this are getting ignored until the next FIFA, so they could show you that they have fixed it. Things like this are patched so easily within a week in other games. You know what I mean? So it's just weird how things like this are ignored throughout the whole year, just so they could show that they fixed it in the next entry of FIFA. So guys, in other games, I feel like they get the bugs and issues with certain features, they get updated very quickly and fixed. But in FIFA, it takes such a long time to fix things. They have to be a lot quicker. And even when they release patches, I think they release like 4 or 5 during the year, the whole iteration of FIFA. I think they need to release a lot more fixes throughout the year, not 3 or 4. I'm not saying change the gameplay, because that's one of the worst things they can do. We'll get to that in just a second. That's one of the things that annoys me. But they really need to find a way where they could fix the game a lot more frequently throughout the year. And when the community finds a bug, things have to be fixed pretty much within a couple of days. Because like the disconnect glitch took so long to get fixed, and people were abusing that. Certain people still know certain disconnect glitches, and people are still abusing them. It's ridiculous how certain things are still, you know, getting abused, and EA is just ignoring it just because they're on to the next FIFA. They're focusing on the next FIFA, and we're getting tortured with this game. So moving on to another issue with the game is the patches that they do. I mean, I'm all for fixing the game, but come on, don't change the gameplay so much where I'm getting used to the game first month, I'm practicing, and I get used to how certain features, how my passes are, how my shots are, how goalkeepers react, and then suddenly it all changes because EA think that it's not good enough for the casuals. I don't know why they change the gameplay vastly every single patch, but they really need to find a way to get the core of the game and remain like that from the beginning of the game. From the start of release date till the end, they have to keep the core the same. They can't just keep changing it every single month. So this is an example of one of the things I really hate when it comes to updates. At the beginning of the year, goalkeepers were absolutely trash. Like it was pretty much an open goal. I love that. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Now, goalkeepers are basically luck of the draw when it comes to shooting and if you score or don't. Let's take, for instance, I have a striker. Let's say I have Team of the Season Immobile facing Team of the Season De Gea. I shoot from the exact same position, exact same shot power. The goalkeeper saves it. In a different match, same striker, same goalkeeper, the goalkeeper doesn't save it. Who decides what happens? EA. That is why the game is so annoying sometimes. At the beginning of the year, when goalkeepers were trash, right? You know that once you're through onto goal, it's pretty much 100% goal. That's how bad goalkeepers were. And I feel like that is a lot fairer. There is no RNG in that. You've had your work done already to pass the midfield, to pass the strikers, defenders, and now you pretty much have the goal open to you. Why does it take that now EA decide if the ball goes in or not, depending on their mood? Because there's RNG. That is one of the biggest issues in the game for me, because I've seen so many pro games on stream, and sometimes it's the goalkeeper that decides who wins and loses. It's dumb. Because certain shots for the opponent, EA decides they're going to go in, and certain shots for the other opponent, they decide that it's not going in. But if they had the same gameplay from the beginning of the year, where the goalkeepers were trash, both opportunities would go in. It will be about who defends better and who attacks better, not about whose goalkeeper is going to save more, you know? And if the goalkeeper saves it at the beginning of the year, that means you're bad at finishing. That's how bad they were. It was 100% a goal if you go through onto goal, basically. I think every game at the beginning of the year was like 6-7, 8-7. Like, the score lines were crazy. Every match was above 10 goals. I love that, because it all came down to who could attack better, and defenders weren't so AI controlled, basically. So guys, one of the biggest issues in this game is the AI. This is a fact. You're controlling one player, while the other 10 players are AI based. So what happens in this situation is, you can literally control your midfielder, and when your opponent comes with the ball against your centre backs or left back, right back, you don't even need to do anything. You can just chase him down with your midfielder, because the AI does a good enough job to hold back the striker. You really don't even need to defend. You really don't even need to defend. Unless they shoot and get lucky and it goes through your defender's legs. That's the only way I can see you scoring. So, with the game pretty much being controlled by AI, the skill gap is a lot lower than it should be. There's not much that you need to learn for a casual player. Literally, I could be playing the game a long time. The casual player probably plays it once or twice a week. Let's say I face him, he literally could get lucky one match and beat me. This shouldn't happen, just because of how RNG FIFA 18 is. This shouldn't happen. So, because of how hard it is to break down the AI, it just makes it impossible to beat casual players sometimes. And another issue is with the game is, let's say a player puts the controller down, it's harder to actually beat the defenders when he has the controller down or get the ball off them. How does that make sense? It's dumb. Another dumb feature in the game. The skill gap needs to be increased in the next FIFA. EA needs to stop addressing how easy it is or how hard it is to attack. They need to take risks and stick by the decisions they make. At the beginning of the year, they made it where goalkeepers were trash. There was a lot less RNG happening. I feel like it was a fair playground at the beginning of the year. Now, not so sure. So, I feel like, is that 10 features that I said? I don't know if that's more or less. I've lost count. So, I feel like that's enough. That's enough of what I want fixed, guys. Sorry if it's less than 10 things. I feel like I'm clickbaiting you. I didn't even count. I was just really into the video, you know? Because I'm really passionate about this game, because I really like it. It's the only football game I play. I really like watching football in real life. And when I come to playing this game, there's a lot of issues. I still have fun with it, don't get me wrong. The weekend league, things like that, I don't really play because it makes me lose the fun out of the game. It's for people that take this game a lot more seriously, that they don't want to spend much money. I don't mind spending money as long as I'm having fun, right? So you can see the teams I was making, like this Italian team is so much fun to use, but overall, when the gameplay mechanics is, you know, so annoying, when there's RNG, it's really hard to stick to playing this game, when sometimes what decides if you win or lose is you shooting and it goes through your centre back's legs, or your goalkeeper does something dumb and you lose. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully that was 10 things. I'm not sure. Hopefully it was more. So that's all there is to it. Let me know your issues with the game and what you would like changed in FIFA 19. We're not talking about features here. We're just talking about improvements, small changes, minor things that the developer team needs to change within the actual core themselves, and make things update more frequently, the skill gap higher, things like that. I don't really care about features that much. I'm more worried about fixes within the UI and gameplay improvements. RNG, less please, fixes a bit more, and also just make sure that you're a bit more truthful with the community, especially with pack odds. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did, and hopefully you have a very nice day.